of this. So of really popular current arguments. Argument number one, the Bible is filled with errors. In fact, there are many ancient copies of the Bible that contradict each other. Remember when I told you that, that you're not going to be deceived by the obvious, you're going to be deceived by something that looks similar to the real, and it's usually going to have a little bit of truth in it. So this claim is not saying that the teachings of the Bible contradict each other, because they don't. The doctrines of the Bible contradict each other, because they don't. This claim is saying that the ancient copies of the text, they contradict each other. Where is that coming from? Well, it's coming from this field called textual criticism. Textual criticism is a study in the science of the reliability of ancient documents. And there's something called a textual variant. Now, don't get alarmed. I did not say a COVID variant, okay? And I did not say a Loki variant, for those of you who understand. So it is a textual variant. And so here's the thing. There are minor differences in a few of them in the 20 to 30,000 different manuscript discoveries that we have. And they're called textual variants. In fact, the irony is they are in the footnotes of the very Bible that you have. I literally opened up the Bible and I took a photo of one. And they're not hard to find, they're all over. So for some reason, I don't even know what verse this is, but apparently I like that verse because I underlined it. But this is the variant right here, it's the red. It says Church of God, and it has a 1, and then there's a footnote. You go to the footnote and it says some manuscripts say of the Lord instead of God. So some manuscripts say Church of the Lord, some manuscripts say Church of God. Does that change any doctrine? No. Does that change any teaching? No. Is that a big deal? I mean, it's a word that's different. That's actually a big textual variation. Are most of the textual variations worse than that? No, they're all way more minor than that. So is there a little bit of truth that the ancient manuscripts have contradictions? I mean, it's kind of a lie the way they say it, but yes. You know, what's so interesting about this too, what's so ironic about the argument is that your Bible itself has the footnotes with these variants. The Bible is not trying to hide anything, and the reason it's not is because it doesn't need to hide anything. It's the only religious writing on the planet that doesn't need to hide anything and wants you to go, hey, dig a little closer and see what you find. It's so fascinating. The reason the Bible doesn't need to hide anything is the Bible is uniquely preserved beyond any other ancient writing in existence. And let me explain what I mean. I told you there's this new field, a couple hundred years old, called textual criticism. It's not a religious field. It is a scientific field that applies to all ancient documents. And what you do is you find the manuscript evidence from different times of history of those documents, and you compare them to each other. Maybe this document is 1,000 years old and this one's 500 years old. If they say the same thing, that means they've been copied correctly. That means you can rely that that document is recording accurately what that person originally wrote down. Of the New Testament alone, we have 20 to 30,000 different manuscript evidence from ancient times. 5,000 to 6,000 major works, ancient manuscripts of large collections of the New Testament. That's first place of all ancient documents in the existence of the world. Guess what's in second place? Homer's Iliad. 30,000 pieces of manuscript evidence from the Bible, from the New Testament. Guess how many in second place? 650. Nothing compares to the Bible. And we can take the different manuscripts that we find from Egypt, from Israel, from Syria, from all the different places they've been discovered, different time periods. We can line them up. And do they say the same thing? Yes. The result is there is no mathematical possibility that what we have here is not what was originally written. The Bible is reliable beyond any, not just any religious writing, beyond any other ancient document on planet Earth. And God has done that for us. And he's done it for us because he wants us to be able to trust in what he says. Amen. So he provided the evidence.